welcome to lunchtime yoga. We are going to start our yoga practice in standing. So we can have our feet about hip width apart. We're going to bring our hands together in prayer position, thumbs resting on your heart. And we're going to start our lunchtime yoga with a little bit of a flow. So we'll first start with just kind of a centering, bringing it in, bringing your awareness in. So as we stand in mountain here, if you could just go ahead and close your eyes. Take a moment to settle in on your breath. Begin to notice how you're breathing. Start to bring the breath into your belly. So as you naturally take your next inhalation, you're going to inhale, expand the tummy on out as you slowly fill on up with breath. And just as slowly exhale. So just a couple of rounds of this breath. Nice and cleansing, calming. Then we're going to go ahead and come back to a natural flow of breath. And then just check in with your body as you allow your breath to naturally flow. Check in with your feet. Make sure your toes are spread, knees are soft. Relax your shoulders. And then gently open up your eyes and come back to your room. From here, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms on up. Reaching, lengthening nice in the long waist, hands together. And then we're going to exhale and just bring it down to mountain. Inhale, sweep it on up. Hands come together. This time, just a small little back bend. And exhale. Mountain. Again, check in with the feet, check in with the knees, nice and soft. We're just gathering up the breath, lengthening through the arms. So we're going to inhale, bring the arms on out, really reach them on out. Stretching, lengthening, bringing the hands together, a little bit of a back bend, nothing crazy. Exhale, this time melt it forward. So keep your knees nice and soft. Let the head hang. And take a nice breath into the low back, allowing the pelvis to spill forward. Placing the hands on top of the shins, we're going to inhale, take your gaze forward, nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Let's go ahead and inhale, take your right foot, step it on back to a runner's lunge. As you exhale, exhale into your legs. Gently lower the back knee. Inhale, sweep the arms on up. So we're reaching for the sky. As we're exhaling, sinking forward on the front knee. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Yoshi's my little yoga helper. Bring the hands on down. Bring it down to the mat. Lift up the back leg. So we're back to our runner's lunge. And we're going to take the back leg and we're going to take that back foot, step it forward to our our forward fold. So from here, again, knees are soft, really let go of the torso. Inhale, take your gaze forward. Exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms on up. Hands come together, nice little back bend. Exhale, come back to mountain. So from here, we're going to take our feet about hip width apart, maybe even just a little bit wider. And again, knees are soft, toes are nice and spread, staying connected to the breath. We're going to go ahead, inhale, reach the arms on up, straight up, palms parallel. We're going to grab the left wrist, exhale, take it across the body. So it's a nice side stretch here. Keep it breathing, keep it flowing. And then on your next inhale, you're going to inhale, lengthen on up. Grabbing the other wrist, exhale, take it across the other side. So nice opening through the shoulders, maybe through the ribs. Maybe find some organic movement. Inhale, lengthen on up. Bring the hands together, exhale to your heart center. Heel toe the feet a little bit closer. Mindful of your animals so that you don't step on them on your yoga mat. If you have dogs or cats at home and are practicing at home, more than likely they'll want to help along with you. So we're going to go ahead and inhale, bring the arms on up. Nice lengthening through the waist, strong legs, soft knees. Hands come together, exhale, melt it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to go ahead and inhale, take your left foot this time, step it on back into a runner's lunge here. As you exhale, exhale into the legs. Again, really mindful about alignment. You want the knee over the ankle, hands just underneath the shoulders. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then gently lower the back knee. Inhale, sweep the arms on up. As you exhale, you're pushing forward on this front knee. And again, you're nice and tall here. So nice opening in the quad, in the hips, hip flexors. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Gently bring it on down. I'm going to go ahead, bring the hands down to the mat, lift up the back knee. And then once again, we are going to take your back foot and step it on forward to a forward fold. So really let go of the head. Grab the biceps, maybe sway the hips, kind of shake out the torso. Bring the feet together. We're going to go ahead and let go of the biceps. Going to bend the knees and bring the torso on up for chair pose. So if this is too much and you just want to focus on working your core, let's all do this. Let's go ahead and bring our hands together in prayer. You want to feel like you're just about to sit down on a chair. Keep it breathing. Nice deep belly breath. And then gently bring it on up. Let's reach it all the way on up. Take a nice deep inhalation. As you exhale, nice side bend to the right. Inhale, lengthen on up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, lengthen on up. Exhale, move forward. Inhale, gazes forward, nice flat back. Exhale. From here, I'm going to go ahead and step on back to plank. High push-up. So get nice and situated. We're going to have our hands underneath our shoulders, hips in line with our shoulders and our legs. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then gently bring the knees on down. Slowly lower on down to the ground. And from here, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to come up to our elbows. Nice Sphinx pose. So even though we're supported by our elbows, have a nice open heart. Relax the hips. And take 2 cycles of breath. Awesome. Gently bring it on down. We're going to place our hands next to our shoulders. We're going to take a nice deep inhalation. Lift on up, and as you exhale, take child's pose. So knees nice and wide, big toes touching, and bring your forehead down to the mat. Gently lift up the head, come on up to hands and knees, and we're going to do a couple cycles of breath in cat-cow. So we'll go ahead, inhale, lift the head and the heart, point the tailbone, exhale, round it on out. Inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, lift the head and heart, point the tailbone. Hello, Yoshi, exhale. And then come back to a neutral spine. So from here, curling the back toes under and take a nice deep inhalation. And as you exhale, we're going to rise on up to down dog. No, Yoshi. Bring the knees on down, back to tabletop, and then we're going to go ahead and sit back on the heels. So from here, if this is a really challenging posture for you, you can go ahead and sit into a simple cross-legged easy pose, or you can hang out here. If it's too much, you can also bolster yourself up with some pillows underneath your butt. Also, always mindful pinching or pain. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Sometimes you feel like you've got to muscle through it, and that's just not what yoga is about. It's nice to find that edge of resistance and breathe into that area to allow opening, but it's not force or trying to muscle through it. That's not my approach to yoga. So wherever you're at, we're going to go ahead and just place our hands on our heels. We're just going to lift the heart a little bit, ease on back a little bit, and look up towards the sky. Nice, easy peasy. And if you have more range of motion and you want to bring your hands down and get deeper into the posture, go for it, whatever's going to feel good. And then bring it on back to center. Bring it on back up to hands and knees. Nice little tabletop. Knees are good hip width apart. Curl the back toes under. Take a nice deep inhalation. And then as you exhale, bring it back up to our front down dog. So a couple cycles of breath. And maybe even go ahead and pedal out the feet. And what that means is bending one knee and pressing into the other heel and vice versa. And then we're going to bend both of our knees, take our gaze forward, and slowly walk on up the mat. Avoid your family cat. Knees are soft, and come into a nice forward fold here. Let go of the head. Inhale, take your gaze forward, nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. So from here, if your toes or feet are not together, bring them together. We're going to inhale, rise on up, bend the knees, and come into chair pose. As you exhale, bring it on down. So really sink into it. Again, let's make this just a little bit less intense and just focus on the quads, the hip, the core, bringing our hands together in prayer position. Awesome. Gently rise on up. Reach it for the sky. And then bring it on down to a mountain. So go ahead, close your eyes. Hands together in prayer position, namaste. And just find your breath. Gently open up your eyes. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms on up. Hands come together, nice little back bend. Exhale, melt forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to inhale, take your right foot, step it on back, runner's lunge. As you exhale this time, spin the back heel on down. Wheel the arms on up for warrior two. So this front knee is bent. Gaze is forward. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Take this front forearm, place it down on your front thigh. Back arm goes to the side ankle. Nice deep belly breath. Gently take this top arm on down. We're going to bring our hands down to the mat, coming back into runner's lunge. Slowly lower this back knee on down. Inhale. Arms come up as you exhale, sinking forward on the front knee. So again, you want to feel a nice opening in your hip. If you're not, you need to adjust the front knee or the front foot either forward or back. Bring the hands together and down to your heart center. Take a nice deep inhalation. As you exhale, twisting to the left, bringing your elbow to the outside of your knee. Pressing the palms together and working in the breath. Awesome. Gently bring it on back to center. So from here, one of my favorite moves is we're going to go ahead, shift the weight back and slowly lift up your front foot coming up on the heel. Make sure you're okay with balance if you need to grab onto something. This front knee can be a little bit soft. You don't want to lock the leg. We're going to inhale, bring the arms on up. And then as you exhale, melt forward. And again, you can place your hands wherever. For stability, you want to feel a nice opening in the back of the leg. So a couple cycles of breath. And then we're going to slowly bring up the torso, start to bend this front knee. Bring the hands on down, lift up the back knee. So we're back to our runner's lunge. Let's go ahead and take the front foot, step it on back, plank. This time as you exhale, chaturanga, bring it on down, and rise to either cobra or up dog. Bring it on down. Take a nice deep inhalation. Push off the mat as you exhale, sinking back on your heels, coming into child's pose. And gently peeling that up. Coming to your hands and knees, into tabletop. The joys of doing yoga at home mean many cat treats for the cats so that it can become cat yoga. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and curl the back toes under. Take a nice deep inhalation. As you exhale, come on up to down dog. Good thing these guys are like little vacuum cleaners. We're going to go ahead and inhale. Take your right foot, step it on forward, coming into a runner's lunge. As you naturally exhale, spin the back heel on down, wheel the arms on up to warrior two. So make sure you're lengthening through the arms. Gaze is forward. And a couple of cycles of breath. From here, front forearm comes down to the thigh, back arm to the side angle, nice side angle stretch. So feel a nice lengthening through this top arm, grounding in the back leg. Couple cycles of breath. Gently bring this top arm on down. Back to your runner's lunge. If there's a hidden cat treat there, he or she. Gently lower the back knee. And bring up the torso. So again, always make sure that you feel like you're in a lunge when you come into the low lunge. You want to feel, if you're too short, not a whole lot's happening. So really make sure you're taking this front foot, stepping it out so it feels like a lunge. Inhale, bring the arms on up. Reaching and lengthening as you exhale, grounding on down. Bring the hands together and down to your heart center. Now we don't necessarily want our hands resting on our heart at this point. We want to feel like we're pressing our palms together. We're taking a nice deep inhalation. And as you exhale this time, turn toward your right, bringing your elbow to the outside of your knee. Now if that's too much, you can back it up. Bringing one hand to your knee, one hand to your hip, and then just focus on turning the heart. So take a nice deep inhalation, and as you exhale, turn your heart. One more cycle of breath. And then gently release it on back to center. We're going to shift the weight, and we're going to come up on this front heel. So from here, we're going to inhale, arms come up. And then as we exhale, melt forward. Again, really mindful that there's no pinching or pain in your leg. And even as we're in a forward fold here, keep a little lift to your heart. And then gently bring it on up. Start to bend this front knee. We're back into our low lunge here. So we're going to go ahead, lift up this back knee. So we're back to our runner's lunge. Again, mindful of your alignment. Take a few cycles of breath into your legs. And then we're going to go ahead, take our front foot, step it on back to plank, high push-up. And let's take 3 cycles of breath. Gently lower on down, so you can bring the knees down first and then slowly lower, whatever works. We're going to go ahead and inhale, rise on up, cobra or up dog, whatever you feel you need today. Exhale, bring it on down. Inhale, push off the mat. As you exhale, take child's pose. And as we're in child's pose here, just go ahead and open up your mouth and let all the excess air out. And then gently bring it on up to a tabletop. And we'll go ahead and bring our knees together and go ahead and have a seat back on your heels once again. So just to kind of change it up, we're going to go ahead and do a little opening for the arms. But again, let's try honing in on our breath again. And we're going to go ahead and bring our hands to our heart. And again, if this is too much, you can come into a simple seated cross-legged pose. Do what works for you. So again, synchronizing the breath and the movement. We're going to go ahead, we're going to inhale, bring the arms on down, bring them about halfway, really reach through the fingertips. As you exhale, draw the energy in. Inhale, hands go behind the head, reach on up. Exhale, bring the hands together to your heart center. So we're going to go ahead and do that 2 more times. Focus on lengthening through the arms, really expansion in the energy. As you exhale, drawing the energy in back to the heart center. So let's go ahead. Inhale. Nice and wide. Reach, lift the heart. Exhale. Draw it on in. Inhale. Take the hands behind. Reach on up, lift up to the sky. Exhale. Draw it on in. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Bow your head for a moment. And then gently release and come onto all fours. Excuse me. Too much talking and my throat becomes dry. So from here, we're going to go ahead, tabletop position here. Make sure your hands are really spread. Kind of grip the yoga mat a little bit. Knees are a good hip width apart. Curl the back toes under. Take a nice deep inhalation. As you exhale, send it on up to down dog. Nice deep belly breath. And then we are going to bring it on down to tabletop. So from here, checking my time. Time flies when we're having fun. Let's go ahead and cross the back ankles on over and bring it on back to the seated posture. So as always, if it's hard for you to sit like this, you can go ahead and use a yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block, you can use a pillow. I'm a big fan of use whatever you got. It doesn't have to be yoga equipment. If it's easier to sit on a pillow, that's fine. But you want to feel a little bit lifted if it's hard for you to sit cross-legged like this. Maybe it's hard on your knees, so you need a little bit more support. Yeah, so do whatever works. So let's go ahead and you know what, I'm going to get off, but you know what, this will be great next. I'm not going to get off the block. Let's go ahead and we're going to come into a nice forward fold. So same thing we had with the arms with a nice expansion. We're going to go ahead and inhale. We're going to bring these guys all the way up, palms forward. And then as you exhale, you're going to hinge forward and bow forward. So this is really great if you're on a block and you're pretty tight in your hips. You get a little bit of a leverage with the block. If you're super flexible and bendy Wendy and you want to bring your head on down to the mat, go for it. And take 2 cycles of breath to your hips, to your low back. And gently pick the head on up. Start to walk the hands on back. Lift up the torso. And come back to a seated posture here. So from here, let's go ahead and place the right hand on the floor. Now remember, as we're doing this, we're always keeping our heart lifted. We all have a tendency to kind of collapse inward, so you want to keep a nice lifted heart. We're going to take our left hand, we're going to do the same thing where we inhale, sweep the arm on up, so bring it straight up. As you exhale, take it into a side bend. So if you want to slide your right hand down, you can. And turn your gaze up to the sky. Nice deep belly breath. And then gently bring it on back to center. Let's go ahead and just place our hands on our thighs. Lift to the heart. We're going to go ahead and inhale. Lift the chin straight up to the sky. And as you exhale, exhale into the front of your neck. Allow your shoulders to be soft. Gently bring your head back to center. Again, take a nice deep inhalation. As you exhale, lower your chin to your chest. Nice opening in the back of the neck. Then take your hands, lace them together, and place them on the back of your head. gently release. Bring it on back to center. Use your hands on down. We're going to go ahead and do the other side. So the left hand goes to the floor. We're going to inhale, bring the right arm on up. As you exhale, take it into a nice side bend. So again, wherever you're at, if you really bring it down and you need to bring it down, if a little bit goes a long way, then do that. Most importantly, just listen to your body. Again, lift your gaze up to the sky. Keep lengthening through the top arm. And then gently bring it on back to center. We're going to go ahead and take our hands, clasp them behind our back. So we're going to draw the shoulder blades together. Get a nice lift to the heart. We're going to take a nice deep inhalation. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring up the back arms. So bring them up as far as you can without tipping forward. And sometimes I will go ahead and gently move my neck side to side because sometimes that feels really good when I'm doing this. Creating some space, neck, shoulders, being on the computer all day. Gently release the arms, bring them on back center. Let's inhale, draw the shoulders into your ears. Exhale, release them. One more time, inhale. And exhale, let them go. From here, we're going to do half eagle. So we'll bring both of our arms out. Take your right arm, bring it underneath your left, and then take the arm that's underneath, wrap it on up, and wrap your hands together. If that's not available to you, whatever works. If you want to bring the backs of your hands together, whatever you can do is fine. It doesn't have to look pretty. As long as you're feeling a nice opening with no pinching or pain. So from here, we're going to inhale, bring the arms on up. And as you exhale, exhale into your shoulders. Awesome. Bring it on down. Unwind it. Shake it on out. Roll the shoulders a little bit, forward, back, next side to side, and then we'll go ahead and do the other side. So again, arms come out, the left hand this time goes underneath, and then the left hand comes up, half eagle. So go ahead and inhale, bring the arms on up, and then as you exhale, exhale into the back of the shoulders. Awesome. Gently bring it on down, unwind it. And then we'll come up onto all fours here for a second. Let me check on time. Awesome. So let's go from here. You know what I like? Let's go ahead back to seated. And we'll go ahead and come all the way down on the mat. So we're laying down on the mat. I have a cat staring down at me. It is a Slimer. So let's go ahead and pick up our arms, leave our elbows on the ground, and we're just going to pick up our torso a little bit, making sure our scapula is flat on the mat. And then we'll bring our arms down. Let's go ahead, inhale, draw the right knee into the chest. As you exhale, exhale all the way through the left leg. Gently release this leg on down. Let's inhale, take our arms above our head, nice full body stretch. Get yourself nice and long. Exhale, bring it on down. Inhale, draw the left knee into the chest. As you exhale, exhale all the way through the right leg. So This is a great thing to do if you have some lower back challenges. It's a nice way to kind of open it up. If you're like Michelle, I can't even get my knee up as high, you can always take your hand, grab the backs of your thigh. Again, whatever works. If you need to take a strap and use a strap to kind of bridge the gap, do what you got to do. And gently bring that on down. Let's go ahead, bend both knees, feet flat on the floor. Take the palms flat on the floor again. Feel your scapula is flat on your yoga mat. And we're going to go ahead, scoot the heels a little bit closer to hips. We're going to go ahead and inhale, bring the hips on up, and then exhale into our hands and our feet. Awesome. Bring it on down. Go ahead, extend the legs on out. And we're going to go ahead and take a short shavasana. So just go ahead and close your eyes. Close your eyes. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Legs are nice and open. Arms are maybe open a little bit wider. Bring your awareness to your belly, the rise and fall of your stomach. And then we'll go ahead, bring your awareness back to the room. Go ahead, slowly make some movements. Move your head side to side, feet side to side. Do some wrist rotations, whatever works. Let's go ahead, begin to bend the knees. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice little hug here. And then very gently roll to one side. Ease yourself on up. And bringing your hands together. Noticing your breath, the quality of your breath. Namaste. And just to give you an idea of my little helpers, we have a little slinger over here, helper number 1, 2, 3. We've got Pops on the bed, and we've got